Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, or evening, wherever you are or whenever you're watching this. As you guys saw by the title, today I'm going to be doing a video on some of the best movies and shows that you should watch in quarantine. I'm going to be doing this video by going through different genres of each topic, like movies and shows. And another note, make sure you guys follow me on my social media so you can be notified with upcoming videos and you can interact with me if you want to. Well, without further ado, let's get started. So the first topic I'm going to be talking about are movies. Now, I watch a lot of movies, like a lot. So the first genre I'm going to be talking about is horror. Horror movies are some of my favorite movies of all time. So I like to watch the entire Conjuring universe series. I think that's what they call it. I don't know. But I really love the Conjuring universe. And I'm going to name all the movies, by the way. The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, and Annabelle Comes Home, and The Nun. Best horror movies I've ever watched. So if you're really into like the horror and paranormal activity, I really suggest watching those. Another thing is Insidious movies. Those are mostly paranormal. So if you're into ghosts and that type of stuff, make sure you guys go watch the Insidious movies because those are really good. And now I know a lot of people have already watched half of these movies. If you're bored, just watch them again. Another movie, Truth or Dare. That one was a great movie. Oh, by the way, all these movies and shows are not all on Netflix. Some of them you have to go to different websites. Just to keep that in mind, not all of these are on Netflix. Most of them are, but not all of them. Truth or Dare was such a good movie. It was great. It was very gruesome, but production was 10 out of 10. If you guys see me looking here, it's because I'm looking at my computer, which has all like my notes in it and like stuff I'm gonna say, so excuse if I'm looking this way. Another movie, if you're into zombie movies, I love Train to Busan and the Resident Evil movies. So if you like the zombie apocalypse type of stuff, definitely watch Train to Busan and the Resident Evil movies. Comedy! These are my favorite type of movies. If they're like even a little bit funny, I laugh at the stupidest things. Like I will laugh if like somebody died. Like I would laugh. I know that's bad, but I can't control it. So yeah, here's some of the movies you can watch that are comedy. All the Kevin Hart films on Netflix. If you want a good laugh or you're feeling down, watch those. Watch Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is probably one of the best comedians. And yeah, The Silence. Now, The Silence is very similar to The Quiet Place. Practically the same concept, just different people and different lives. Comedy, Radio Rebel. Ever since those memes came out, I laugh at like probably every 5 seconds. Like it's that funny. The fact that they were serious in that movie just blows my mind. But if you want a good laugh, watch Radio Rebel. Next topic is action. Extraction on Netflix and Foreigner on Netflix. Best movies. Once again, 2 very good action movies. I usually don't like watching action stuff, but those were really good. The whole Jurassic Park series. If you don't like dinosaurs, why? What's wrong with you? They can be terrifying, but I personally love dinosaurs. Please excuse if you hear my dog scratching on the door. I don't know why she does that. Now, like I said before, not all of these are on Netflix, so you guys can go to soap2day.com. It has all movies that you can watch for free. You didn't hear from me. Now, romantic movies. Now, these are mostly for like teenagers, so I'm sorry if you are an adult. Now, the first one is To All the Boys I Loved Before 1 and 2. I heard they're coming out with a 3rd one. Let me know if that's true, but I dreaded watching that for months, but when I finally did, I really loved the movie. So I really recommend watching that, especially if you're into like teenage romance. Okay, now on to the shows. I watch TV shows way more often. What? Shores? I watch TV shows way more often than I watch movies, so this is gonna be a pretty long list. Superhero / action. The only one I've watched is Raising Dion. Love that movie. What is wrong with me today? Love that show. I'm not gonna get too in depth with it because then I'll do spoilers and stuff like that. I don't want to do that, but Raising Dion is about a little kid who has superhero powers, and he saves the world. I mean, like, this kid, he's like, I would say probably like 10 or 11. Like, great show. Romance. The Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries. Oh my god. I stopped watching it for a little bit, but I'm contemplating on whether or not to continue. But Jane the Virgin, romance, and then imagine that opposite, like Jane the Virgin, but opposite of the title. Like, you know, when you watch it, you know what I mean. Show You. I mean, that's kind of like a creepy romance, but especially the second season, that's like a real romance. 10 times creepier. You is a really good show, especially if you're into like murder and like serial killers. that's one you should watch. Grey's Anatomy. I swear that show, it's not even like hospital stuff. Like half of it is just people getting together, and it's still a great show. Sci-fi. There's a lot on this list for sci-fi. The Umbrella Academy. I only watched one episode, but I want to continue. Like, I love that show. Even though I watched one episode and I still don't know what it's about, I'm hooked. Once again, Vampire Diaries. If you didn't know, vampires aren't real, so I consider it like fiction. Riverdale. Yes, it's a bunch of teenagers, but like, you know how many monsters they encounter that are not real? Like, that's straight up fiction right there. Like, you're never gonna experience that in real life unless something goes wrong. Beauty and the Beast. Not the movie, not the one with Belle, the one with Catherine, the one on Netflix. Such a great show. I love that show. I watched it repeatedly, and if you haven't watched it, make sure you go watch it. Such a good show. This girl who's a cop falls in love with a beast, but looks human. It's great. Stranger Things. Okay, some parts I didn't like, but for the most part, it was pretty good. I would watch again. Like I have watched again. Next topic is comedy shows. Vampire Diaries, Umbrella Academy are all comedy. They made me laugh, so I consider them comedy, but you call it whatever you want to call it. It's Bruno, the dog show on Netflix. It's so funny. I love that show. The next topic I'm going to talk about is mostly teenage audiences. So I'm sorry if you're, like I said before, a grown adult. You could still watch these, nobody's stopping you. It's just mostly for a teen audience. All American, love the show. Like, that show is probably so relatable, especially those who are in high school. So relatable. On My Block. I loved On My Block until the girl made that face, the meme. I cracked up, but I couldn't take them serious after that. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is Disney Plus. If you're just bored, watch the entire Toy Story series. I don't care if you already watched it, watch it again. That's what I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. And once again, make sure you guys follow me on my social media so you can be notified about future videos and you can interact with me. On that note, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.